Welcome to G Fun Facts Online, where we explore the incredible science happening all around us and inside us. Today, we're talking about something you're doing right now, listening, and something I am doing, speaking. It feels effortless, right? But behind every word is an intricate dance of neural impulses, a symphony conducted by your brain. For centuries, how our brain turns a thought into a spoken word has been one of neuroscience's biggest mysteries. But what if I told you we are on the verge of cracking the code? That scientists are starting to read the brain's internal instruction manual for speech. This isn't just a scientific curiosity. It's a journey that promises to give a voice to those who have lost theirs and completely redefine how we communicate. Let's get into it. To understand how we speak, you have to picture the brain as a complex orchestra. For a long time, we thought two main players ran the show: Broca's area for producing speech and Wernicke's area for understanding it. But the full picture is so much bigger. It's a vast network of regions, managing everything from the meaning of words to the rhythm and melody of your voice. The final act of this symphony belongs to the motor cortex. It's the conductor, sending incredibly precise commands to the muscles of your lips, tongue, jaw, and larynx. These are your articulators, and they shape the sounds that form words. The motor cortex translates the musical score of your thoughts into the physical performance of speech. This process has a name: Neuro-Articulatory mapping. It's the blueprint. It's how the brain translates the abstract idea of a word into a detailed sequence of muscle movements. One of the leading theories for how this works is called the DIVA model. It suggests our brain uses two systems at once. First, a feed-forward system, which is like a pre-programmed set of instructions for a sound we've learned from practice. Think of it as muscle memory for your mouth. At the same time, a feedback system is listening to the sounds you're making and feeling the position of your tongue and lips, allowing you to make tiny, real-time corrections. This constant back and forth is what makes our speech so clear and precise. In fact, research shows that the same parts of our motor cortex that control our lips and tongue light up not just when we speak, but also when we listen to sounds made with those same parts. It proves a deep, fundamental link between hearing speech and knowing how to make it. So how do scientists actually spy on this process? How do they listen to the brain's conversations? They have some seriously cool tech. The most detailed view comes from electrocorticography, or ECoG. This involves placing a grid of electrodes directly onto the surface of the brain. It's invasive, yes, but it gives us an incredibly high-resolution picture of neural activity. For a non-invasive option, there is EEG, which uses sensors on the scalp. It's less precise, but advances are making it more and more useful for brain-computer interfaces. And then there's fMRI, which measures brain activity by tracking blood flow. It's too slow for decoding speech in real time, but it's essential for mapping out which brain regions are part of the speech orchestra. When you combine these technologies with the power of artificial intelligence, you get some mind-blowing breakthroughs. Scientists can now translate brain signals directly into audible speech. A team from UC Berkeley and UC San Francisco has developed a brain-computer interface that decodes activity from the motor cortex and synthesizes speech almost instantly. In one study, they decoded speech at 47.5 words per minute from a vocabulary of over 1,000 words. That is a huge leap towards creating a communication system that feels natural and fluid. A key part of their success was reducing the delay, the time between thinking a word and the sound coming out. Using AI algorithms similar to what's in your phone's voice assistant, they got that delay down to less than a second. Artificial intelligence is the real game changer here. Deep learning models can sift through enormous amounts of brain data and learn the complex patterns that link a specific neural signal to a specific sound or word. It's gotten so advanced that some AI models can now track the activity of what they call speech neurons in the prefrontal cortex and predict what a person is about to say before they even say it. But communication is more than just words, isn't it? It's about the melody, the rhythm, the emphasis. Scientists call this prosody. And now, we're even learning how the brain decodes that. A recent study found that a specific brain region, Heschel's gyrus, is responsible for turning subtle changes in pitch into meaningful linguistic information. This means our brain figures out not just or is said, but how it's said, way earlier in the process than we thought. Cracking the code for prosody will be essential for making synthesized speech sound truly human. So what's the ultimate goal of all this incredible research? It's to restore the ability to communicate for people who have lost their voice due to paralysis, stroke, or diseases like ALS. Imagine a brain-computer interface that allows someone to have a natural, flowing conversation, to express their thoughts and feelings freely. It's a technology that could give people their lives back. Of course, we're not quite there yet. There are still big challenges. The most accurate techniques are invasive, which limits who can use them. And language itself is just incredibly complex. Decoding the full richness and spontaneity of a real-world conversation is a massive hurdle that will require even smarter AI and a deeper understanding of the brain. Still, this journey to decode the brain's speech code is a monumental undertaking. With every discovery, we move closer to a future where technology can seamlessly bridge the gap between a thought and a voice. We are not just revolutionizing medicine, we are gaining a more profound understanding of language, of communication, and ultimately, of what it means to be human. Thanks for listening to Fun Facts Online.